The power of silence. In a world filled with constant noise and distraction, silence is often undervalued. We live in an age where communication is instantaneous and our voices can easily be heard, but the true power of silence is frequently overlooked. Silence is not merely the absence of sound, it's a profound state of being that allows us to connect deeply with ourselves and the world around us. Silence serves as a refuge from the chaos of daily life, a space where we can find clarity and peace. It allows us to turn inward, reflecting on our thoughts and feelings without the interference of external chatter. The Buddha, in his teachings, emphasized the importance of silence, suggesting that it is a path to understanding and enlightenment. The essence of silence. When we think of silence, we often associate it with solitude or even loneliness. However, silence is not the same as being alone. It is a powerful tool for self-discovery and inner peace. In our bustling lives, we may be surrounded by people yet feel disconnected. In contrast, moments of silence can help us reconnect with our inner selves and cultivate a sense of wholeness. Silence allows for introspection. It gives us the opportunity to listen, not just to our surroundings, but to our own thoughts and feelings. In a quiet moment, we can sift through our emotions, recognize our fears, and explore our desires. This self-reflection is essential for personal growth and understanding. Moreover, silence can enhance our communication with others. When we listen more and speak less, we become more attuned to the needs and feelings of those around us. The power of a silent presence can often speak volumes, providing comfort and understanding without the need for words. A story of transformation. Let me share a story that beautifully illustrates the power of silence. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between the mountains, there lived a wise old woman named Malin. Malin was known throughout the village for her deep wisdom and the serenity that seemed to envelop her. People would often visit her to seek advice and comfort, but they were always struck by one peculiar thing: she rarely spoke. One day, a young man named Lee, burdened by the pressures of life, sought out Malin. He had recently lost his job and was overwhelmed by anxiety about his future. When he arrived at her humble home, he found her sitting outside in the sun, eyes closed, a gentle smile on her face. "Malin," he called out, "I need your help. My life is falling apart, and I don't know what to do." Instead of responding with words, Malin opened her eyes and motioned for him to sit beside her. Lee sat in silence, feeling both frustrated and confused. He expected her to provide guidance or reassurance, but instead, they simply sat together in the warm sunlight. As the minutes passed, Lee felt his heart begin to calm. The gentle sounds of nature surrounded him, the rustling leaves, the chirping birds, and the distant flow of a stream. With each passing moment of silence, he found himself reflecting on his life, the choices he had made, and the fears that had consumed him. After some time, Malin finally spoke, but her words were not what Lee expected. "In silence, you will find your truth," she said softly. "Your mind is like a turbulent sea, but in stillness, the waves will settle." Inspired by her words, Lee continued to sit in silence. He closed his eyes and focused on his breath, allowing his thoughts to drift like clouds across the sky. Gradually, he began to gain clarity. He realized that his worth was not defined by his job or external achievements, but by his resilience and ability to adapt. After what felt like hours, Lee opened his eyes and looked at Malin. "Thank you," he said. "I feel different now. I think I understand what I need to do." Malin smiled, knowing that the silence had done its work. Over the following weeks, Lee embraced the practice of silence in his life. He spent time in nature, meditated regularly, and sought moments of stillness amidst his daily activities. As he did so, he discovered new opportunities, cultivated deeper relationships, and ultimately found a job that aligned with his passions. Through his experience, he learned that silence is not something to be feared or avoided. It is a powerful ally in navigating life's challenges. Embracing silence in our lives, just like Lee, we all have the opportunity to embrace silence in our lives. In a world that often values noise and busyness, choosing silence can feel countercultural. However, the benefits are profound and life-changing. Finding clarity. Silence allows us to cut through the noise of our thoughts and gain clarity on our desires and needs. By taking moments of silence, we can step back from the chaos and reflect on what truly matters to us. Cultivating mindfulness. Engaging in silent moments can deepen our mindfulness practice. Whether through meditation, mindful walking, or simply sitting in a quiet space, these moments encourage us to be present and aware of our surroundings. Enhancing relationships. By practicing silence in conversations, we can become better listeners. Active listening fosters deeper connections and understanding, allowing us to respond with empathy rather than react impulsively. Creating space for creativity. Silence can spark creativity. When we quiet our minds, we create space for new ideas to emerge. Many artists and writers find their inspiration in moments of solitude and silence, healing and restoring balance. In times of stress, silence can be a healing balm. It allows us to recharge and restore our mental and emotional balance, enabling us to face challenges with renewed energy. The wisdom of silence. The Buddha often emphasized the wisdom found in silence. He taught that silence is not just about withholding words. It is about cultivating an inner stillness that allows us to connect with our true selves. In moments of silence, we can access deeper levels of consciousness and insight. Consider the simple act of listening to your breath. Inhale deeply, hold the breath for a moment, and exhale slowly. With each breath, you create a rhythm of silence that anchors you in the present moment. This practice helps quiet the mind, fostering a sense of peace and calm. As we navigate the complexities of life, let us remember the power of silence. It is a tool for introspection, a pathway to understanding, and a means to connect with ourselves and others. Just like the wise woman Maylene, we can choose to embrace silence as a source of strength and clarity. Conclusion. The journey of silence. In conclusion, the journey into silence is one of profound transformation. It invites us to step back from the noise and distractions of our lives and explore the depths of our inner world. Through stories like Lee's, we see that silence is not an absence, but a presence that can guide us toward understanding, healing, and growth. As we cultivate silence in our daily lives, let us be open to the insights and wisdom it brings. Let us remember that in the stillness, we often find our greatest truths. So, take a moment today to sit in silence. Allow yourself to breathe, reflect, and simply be. In this sacred space, you may discover a wellspring of peace and wisdom that has been waiting for you all along. So, dear friends, I encourage you to dedicate at least 20 minutes each day to solitude. This simple practice can bring about significant positive changes in your life. As we conclude this Zen journey, I invite you to become a vital part of our Bean Meditation community. If this story has inspired you, please support us by hitting the like button, sharing it with your friends, and leaving a comment below with your thoughts or any Zen stories you'd love to hear next. For more moments of inspiration and tranquility, don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell. Your involvement fuels our journey together. Thank you for walking this path of wisdom and enlightenment with us.